Towering above the heart of London like a gleaming shard of glass hurled into the sky, the Shard is more than just a skyscraper. It is a symbol of reinvention, a vision made real in steel and glass, and a literal and figurative high point in London's architectural evolution. Rising to an awe-inspiring height of 310 meters, 1,016 feet, the Shard isn't just the tallest building in the United Kingdom, it is one of the most ambitious architectural projects ever undertaken on British soil. Designed by legendary architect Renzo Piano, the Shard was conceived as a vertical city, a structure that would bring together commerce, culture, leisure, and luxury living in one seamless glass sculpture. But its story begins decades before its completion, in the post-industrial fabric of Southwark, a historically gritty and overlooked district on the south bank of the Thames. Once home to old warehouses, rail yards, and Victorian-era market stalls, the London Bridge Quarter was not the kind of place tourists lingered in. It took the imagination of property developer Irvine Seller, who saw beyond the soot-stained brick and steel girders, envisioning a glass spire that would rise like a phoenix above the cluttered skyline and redefine how Londoners lived and worked. When Seller approached Piano, the Italian architect famously sketched the shape of the building on a napkin during lunch, describing it as a shard of glass piercing the sky, an image that would ultimately name the tower and define its soul. Construction officially began in 2009, but long before a single foundation was poured, the Shard sparked intense debate. Critics claimed it would ruin London's historic skyline, dwarf centuries-old landmarks like St. Paul's Cathedral and the Tower of London, and create an eyesore visible from miles away. Preservationists rallied, architects sparred in the press, and the public remained divided. But amid the noise, Seller and Piano pressed on. With financing from Qatari Diyar, a state-owned property investment company from Qatar, the project had the deep pockets it needed to weather both controversy and the looming financial crisis. Engineers employed one of the most complex top-down construction methods in Europe at the time, simultaneously digging down for the foundation while erecting floors above ground, a logistical ballet that required precise coordination and innovation. Over 11,000 glass panels, covering a surface area equivalent to 8 football fields, were installed with surgical precision, each designed to reflect light differently, giving the Shard its ever-changing, chameleon-like quality depending on the time of day and weather. The building's 72 habitable floors are served by 44 elevators, some of which ascend at speeds of 6 meters per second, making the ride up to the top an experience in itself. But as spectacular as the outside is, the magic of the Shard truly lies within. Inside, the Shard functions as an entire vertical ecosystem. Starting at the base, you'll find bustling office floors that host international banks, legal firms, and tech companies, each enjoying 360-degree views of one of the world's most iconic cities. Higher up, the tower transitions into culinary splendor with gourmet restaurants like Aqua, Shard and Oblix, where guests dine in clouds and toast champagne with the skyline at their feet. Then comes the luxury Shangri-La hotel occupying levels 34 to 52, offering 5-star suites with floor-to-ceiling glass walls, infinity bathtubs overlooking the city, and personalized service that redefines indulgence. Above that, 10 ultra-exclusive residences, known as the Shard Residences, which are so high-end and private, few images exist publicly. These multi-million-pound homes offer unmatched views of the Thames, Big Ben, and beyond, and are rumored to be owned by celebrities, billionaires, and royalty. And at the very top, the view from the Shard observation deck crowns the experience, drawing tourists from all over the world. From here, on a clear day, one can see as far as Windsor Castle, with London sprawling beneath in a patchwork of eras, Roman ruins, medieval cathedrals, Victorian townhouses, and 21st-century towers all stitched together in one breathtaking panorama. It's here, suspended above the chaos, that visitors often have a moment of revelation, that the Shard is not just a skyscraper, it's a metaphor for London itself. Constantly evolving, fiercely ambitious, steeped in history yet hurtling toward the future. But beyond beauty and luxury lies function and foresight. The Shard was built with sustainability at its core. Nearly 95% of the materials used in its construction were recycled, including much of the steel and concrete. The glass facade isn't just for show, it's triple-glazed and designed to optimize natural light and reduce heating costs. The building uses automatic blinds, energy-efficient cooling systems, and natural ventilation, all aimed at reducing its carbon footprint. It even taps into a combined heat and power plant, generating its own low-carbon electricity on site. The Shard doesn't just dominate the skyline, it challenges the very notion of how tall buildings can exist responsibly in the modern world. Yet, despite these technological marvels, questions persist. Some critics argue that the Shard is a vertical symbol of inequality, a glass palace soaring above rising rents, homelessness, and economic disparity in the city below. Its residential floors are rarely occupied, with some labeled as mere investment boxes in the sky. But defenders point out that the Shard has revitalized the entire area, creating jobs, attracting global investment, and transforming London Bridge into a hub of business and culture. In the end, the Shard is many things at once: a lightning rod for controversy, a triumph of engineering, a monument to ambition, and a reflective blade cutting through London's cloudy skies. It captures the duality of a city forever balancing its heritage with its hunger for reinvention. Whether you're gazing up at it from the riverbanks or sipping coffee 70 floors above ground, the Shard offers a singular experience, a visceral sense of height, of human potential, and of design that dares to reach higher. It is bold, unapologetic, and unforgettable. And whether you love it or loathe it, one thing is clear: London will never look the same again.